Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It's Joe here with Best Living, and today we're getting back to breakfast basics with some buttermilk homemade biscuits. So first thing we're going to do is preheat our oven to 425 degrees, and then we're going to assemble our ingredients. Self-rising flour, it is salt, it is butter, and baking powder. You're going to assemble all these into a bowl, which I'll show you how to do. I like to grate my butter on the baking sheet that I'm going to actually bake my biscuits on, or the pan. I'm going to use the residual of the butter and spread that around to make sure the biscuits don't stick once we cut them out in plates. We're now going to sift through our flour with our hand with a very light touch, distributing the butter, the salt, as well as the baking powder. We're going to make a small well at the base of our bowl where you can kind of peek through and see the bottom. You can see I'm making the clamping motion like a claw. We're going to pull down and pull up, pull down and pull up the mixture from the bottom to the top. I like to have my dough a little bit wetter than what you may see on most recipes because it will make for a more tender biscuit once we bake it. So once we've made a few passes with our claw going up and down, pulling up, we're going to lightly dust a flat surface or our board and then roll out the dough. My biscuit recipe is inspired by my Mawmaw, who makes the best biscuits. But the thing I learned most about how to make biscuits from my Mawmaw is the technique and how you deal with your dough. This technique will ensure that our biscuit is more tender and we're not overly manipulating the dough, making it tough and dry. So we're going to fold. I do not use a rolling pin. I was taught to make biscuits with your hands. So we're going to pat, and then we're going to fold half, rotate the dough, pat, fold, rotate the dough. And this will ensure that one, our dough does not stick to our flat surface or our board, and that we are kneading the ingredients together and also creating layers throughout our biscuits. We all like flaky, layered biscuits. So once you've done about 10 to 15 rotations and layers, it is now time to cut. You can use a biscuit cutter as I'm doing here, or you can use a glass or even a can. So you've seen me sprinkle some flour on my already greased baking dish, and this too will help release, but it will also help the bottom of our biscuits get lovely, toasty and brown, so you have that nice crunch from the bottom, but it's tender and soft on the top. I also brush my biscuits with the remaining buttermilk, either with a brush or you can use two fingers, your index finger and your middle finger, to pat around the biscuit, and this will help make it brown. I also like my biscuits to touch. By having them touch, it will create a little insulated sauna where they're still so soft and so delicate. If you choose not to have them touch, the entire perimeter of the biscuit will be a little bit more crunchy. So if that's your preference, feel free, but for me, we like ours a little bit soft on the interior, and then the exterior a small crunch. And y'all can just see how they pull apart. They are so beautiful, so delicate. You can add your butter, your jelly, some gravy, all of the above. This is how I make biscuits inspired by my Mawmaw. Please let me know how you make yours. What do you add? Anything different? And as always, be blessed, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye, y'all.